I can't believe I actually had to buy these tickets.
When they told me they wanted me to come and sell myself to a crowd, I had something entirely different in mind.
I can't believe Smithers bought me tickets to see an all-boy performance. I hope this is most excellent.
I'm so excited for the Best Darn Doobie show.
All right. We totally got these tickets at a 4-finger discount.
Rich, I'm getting nervous, man. We've got a full house out there.
Dude, you hear all those people talking? I wish they would shut up so we get the show started. I'm freaking nervous, man.
I know, man, and we still have to warm up. Ugh.
That's all right. We totally got this. Even though this is a really special event and lots of listeners' ears and Simpson character eyes are on us, we can do this, man. We can totally do this. Oh my God, look who else is in the audience.
Is that Rainier Wolfcastle?
It's time to go up and at them.
Oh boy. All right, here we go, man. Here we go. Let's go. Lion face, roar, lemon face. Lion face, roar, lemon face. Lion face, roar, lemon face.
You know, for two guys who said they absolutely hate singing, we sure do sing an awful lot on this show.
Didn't I say back in season 1 that you would never hear me sing again on this program? Whoops.
Let's go ahead and warm up.
All right, man. Let's get in sync together here. You ready? Diddly, 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 diddly.
Doodly, doodly, doodly.
That's not it, man. You try to start. I'll try to match you.
Oakley, 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 Oakley.
Oakley, Oakley, oak. You know, let's try it at the same time. Ready? Let's do our does here. 3, 2, 1. Do.
You know what, man? Screw this.
Time's running out, brother.
This is not working.
It's the 100th episode. It's now or never, my friend.
Let's do what we always do, man. Screw it.
I know exactly what you mean. It's time to do what we do best and wing it.
Follow my lead, Miles. His name's Miles.
And his name's Richie.
We do a little show called Best on Diddley.
And this is our 100th episode.
We've had the highest highs.
And only one lowest low.
What do you mean, Miles?
That whole Fox News debacle.
And yet we are still on our 100th episode.
We've had so much fun.
We've had so many guests.
It'd be quite impossible
to pick our best.
And somehow you let us hit 100 episodes.
So join us now as we celebrate
the highest number podcast we can illustrate.
It's finally time to start our 100th episode.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to a very special 100th episode of the Best Darn Diddly Review Show. The Best Darn Diddly Review Show is a weekly podcast for anyone who loves The Simpsons or ever has loved The Simpsons. And holy crap, I cannot believe we have done this 100 times. I am so thrilled, as always, to be joined by your co-host with the most, Richie the WizKid. Congratulations, Richie. 100. We made it, my friend.
You know, this is no spectacular. This is an extravaganza, if you will. I don't know how else to put it, man. 100 freaking episodes. Who would have ever thought that somebody would listen to us for 2 episodes? And yet, here we are. My friends, my brother in arms, the man, the myth, the milestone. It is Miles.
And also, let's go ahead and pat ourselves on the back, because out of those 100 episodes, we're just about going to hit 100 downloads any day now. It's a real exciting time to be part of Best Darn Diddly. So thank you to each and every one of you that has ever tuned in.
All 95 of you currently.
Or the one of you that has tuned into every episode. Either way, and if that's the case, this one's for you, my friend. This one's for you.
Oh, thanks.
But yes, we are just so excited to be here today. I'm honestly in disbelief and shock and like just I'm at a loss for words, quite literally. It was just over a year ago that we started this show. Is that even right? I don't even know. It's longer than that.
No, it's 2 years at this point,
Shit.
I think.
It's like 2 years ago that we started this adventure together. And I'm just so happy to be here. And the crazy thing is we have so much more ahead of us, man. Like we are just a small dip in the Simpsons well at this point.
We're not even 6 full seasons through the show yet, so we've got quite a ways to go. But I gotta say, since we're patting ourselves on the back here, I really enjoy that we've had an episode come out every single week since we started. We have had no gap in our shows, and for some reason I'm really proud of that. I take pride in that, even though I do zero part of the work for that. So good job, Miles, on making sure we debut every week with a new episode.
Well, thank you, sir. That is definitely something that I also take a lot of pride in, and knock on wood, we'll be able to continue to do that moving forward.
Did you say wood?
It gets a little daunting at times, as you know. There have been a few weeks where I am sitting down at the wire trying to make sure that we have a show release, but it's all worth it when we get to come together with this great community of Simpsons fans. And we talk about a lot of things and how they've been our favorite part of the podcast. And it's brought us closer together, even though we are good friends to begin with. We were a little
too close at the beginning of this process, let's be honest.
But, there's a lot of benefits. But I think still, I said it on our 50th podcast, and I still stand by it to this day. The community that this has allowed us to be a part of, both in the sense of the Simpsons fan community, which is amazing, and also just the podcasting community in general, has been easily the biggest and probably most unexpected part of this process. Is just how much fun it is to interact with these people, and in a lot of cases make good friends with these random internet strangers. It's kind of crazy.
Everything we learned when we were kids about the internet has been flipped on its head because of podcasting.
Talk to strangers.
You can eat candy from strangers, people. It's okay.
Hell, Bob from the Cretans Guild, the Nerd or Not podcast, recently sent me a lock of hair. I'm assuming it's his. It was actually great. I had posted it on Instagram for those that saw it, but he basically replicated the note that Sideshow Bob sends Bart in the Cape Fear episode that says, "See you soon." And I have it in my hand right now, and I absolutely love it. It sits on my desk now in front of me. It's one of my favorite things that anybody has sent me through meeting through this show, I should say. But he took such great attention to the detail. It's all written in red, which I assume is actually his blood, since he did, in fact, include a lock of hair.
It better be.
He has threatened Mr. Most Days Off, check. Do laundry, check. And he looks like he may have passed out while trying to remember to buy corn holders.
Well, he was probably getting his The Miles The tattoo when that happened.
Very likely. And we're going to hear some more from Bob and actually the whole rest of the Somebody's Podcast Network towards the end of the show. But since we started talking about that, let's talk about Somebody's real quick, Rich, because these buddies are how this came to be. This is a group of friends that we have made through the podcasting world that completely unexpected how amazingly supportive this group of people is. And that's how the Somebody's Network was born, is we're just a bunch of somebodies who happen to like each other, and we try to promote each other as best as we can. And such good people. We're going to hear from a lot of them today, but just, again, another added benefit.
They're not just some guys or some friends.
They're some buddies. Don't call me buddy guy. I do that every time. I can't help it.
It's just part of it.
It is. So, you know what? Speaking of some of our favorite Canadians, why don't we just go ahead and get this part of the show over with?
Oh no.
They somehow just keep forcing themselves into our lives like a parasite. They just get themselves in. They've attached.
So un-Canadian.
They've attached to like the best episodes of the seasons, like so far. Even they what did they have? Homer at the Bat. They had the monorail episode. Ripken had the surprise hit, Springfield, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love Legalized Gambling. And Jenny Bean recently hit us up for Bart of Darkness, which was a great time with her. And of course, Goobs is already trying to get his claws into Homer Palooza. Yeah. Interesting that he picked such a highly rated episode, I noticed. But no, we love these crazy Canadians. They are hard to keep on topic, though. Have you ever noticed that about these guys?
No, they seem totally on the tracks all the time.
They are, of course,
Straight as an arrow.
the Derailers. Unfortunately, Jenny Bean isn't a part of this, even though we absolutely love her, and she is a huge part of the Derailers. But we got
the biggest part, right?
Wrassle nerds, the 2/3 of the Derailers and the original Wrassle nerds who have been on the show many times before. We've got a little song to bring to you from them in their favorite style of music. And ladies and gentlemen, when
Barbershop Quartet?
When Goobs hits his boy band solo, please don't tune out of the podcast. If you need to, that is what the skip ahead 30-second button is for. I'm being so mean. I feel terrible. We absolutely love these guys. Let's hear the Derailers take on their rendition of Springfield.
Good evening, Best Darn Diddly listeners, and we apologize for this interruption of the Best Darn Diddly review show, but we are the Derailers podcast, and we just wanted to wish happy 100th episode to the Best Darn Diddly review show. So today our first step will be Springfield.
Hey there, I am Goobs.
And I'm Ripkin.
Jenny Bean's missing right now. She's too busy going to get us a couple duffs.
Thank goodness, because we'll need them for what we are about to do on the Best Darn Diddly Review Show.
What are we about to do?
We're about to sing.
Oh, God, not again.
Yeah, I know. Well,
this is not a rap battle.
It's better than a rap battle. No, we are just keeping it normal. We are going to sing a song.
The whole audience is like, phew!
Yeah, trust me, sweat has been wiped off the brow. What are we singing, Goobs?
Springfield, brother.
Let's do it.
Okay, we're young, rich, and full of sugar. What do we do?
Let's go crazy, Broadway style! Springfield, it's a hell of a town. The schoolyard's up and the shopping mall's down. The stray dogs go to the animal pound. Springfield. New York.
New York is that away, man.
Thanks, kid. It's a hell of a town.
You know what? That was pretty great, Ripkin. But
that was pitch perfect.
He always gives us the short songs. It's like he does that on purpose, you know? He expects something a little bit more out of us.
He knows we have to derail it. We could always do it the way we know. Our favorite style of music.
Pop music?
That's right.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Here we go.
Okay, I'm ready.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Okay. Yeah. That's pretty good.
That was beautiful.
We're young, rich, and full of testosterone. Oh, yeah. What do we do?
Let's go crazy. Boy band style. Springfield, it's a hell of a town. Schoolyards up and the shopping malls down.
Diggity down, I'm so down, Krusty the Clown. Is that too much, or?
No, I loved it. We adopting the dogs at the animal pound.
So cute.
Springfield. New York.
New York is that away, man.
Thanks, kid.
It's a hell of a time. Yeah.
Break it down, dance party.
Got me carried away there. We kind of derailed ourselves.
Oh my goodness! Whoa! I'm not gonna lie. I think we sounded great.
Oh yeah, man. We should put this on Pitch Perfect 4.
I wasn't there because it was like an out-of-body experience for me. But
man, if I told my 12-year-old self that I'd be singing a Simpsons song as my favorite boy bands and girl bands, holy shit, man.
He would fucking shit his pants.
He would shit his pants.
Absolutely. Sorry. Again, we'd like to congratulate the best
Congrats, boys!
The Best Darn Diddly Review Show. Miles, Mr. Most Days Off, Richie, the
That's
WizKid.
some amazing guests, and one more great one to go.
Some amazing guests indeed. Congratulations, guys. We're looking to the next 100 because this is The Simpsons. You two can literally go forever, and we hope you do. So, congratulations from all three of the Derailers. Once again, I am Ripken.
I am Goobs.
And shout-outs to Jenny Bean.
She's still getting us stuffs.
Exactly. Well,
she's really taking her time.
That's okay. That's okay. You know, some time away from us does everybody good.
Yes.
Except on the Derailers podcast, which you can find on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, and you can follow us on Twitter
at GoobsWN,
at RipkenWN, and follow the show at The Derailers.
'Cause, hey, everybody needs some buddies. Zing!
Well, thank God that's out of the way.
That's what happens when you let two Canadians come on the show. That's what I'm saying.
We have more Canadians to come. This might get out of hand, folks.
Canadians, more like Canadians.
No, we do appreciate the Rasslners, the Derailers podcast now. The Derailers taking on that rendition of Springfield. I actually like their rap version better, and if you want to check out that, it'll be on the tail end of the credits of this very podcast.
Is Jenny Bean on the rap?
I wish, man. She'd be such a good hype man, or hype woman, I guess I should say. Can't you imagine?
Wait. So it's our 100th episode, and they only gave us 67% of the Derailers?
And really, that's being generous.
What kind of crap is this? Oh my gosh.
You know what, Rich? We have a lot of really cool stuff in store for this podcast. We're going to hear from a lot more great people, from a lot more great podcasts. We've got Dr. Andrew Roseno in the house to spread some philosophy around. That's going to be a good time. And current sitting President of the United States is just arrived backstage, ready to debate me, Mr. Most Days Off. It's going to get going hot here, folks. But I think I'm ready. I'm prepared to have a civil discussion with the president, as long as he will, in fact, be civil. And I'm just really hoping that we're able to make some progress here today.
Yeah, that's all a whole bunch of BS. You know that's not going to happen, right? And by currently sitting, you mean he's currently sitting on the shitter.
Or possibly the golf cart.
One or the other. I mean, it's probably the same thing for him.
Actually, that's a genius product. We should take that on Shark Tank.
Golf Shart?
There you go, the golf shart. Hey, it's at least as good as, I don't remember, or maybe you remember the infomercial for a golf club that actually was like a thing you could pee into on, like, discreetly on the golf course. Did you ever see that one?
No.
Oh my god, it was like basically like a putter handle that unscrewed like a secret flask, only instead of alcohol, it was designed to pee into it. Super weird product. Ours is at least
so it's like a golf TP.
I have no idea how we're going to get out of this. We are tangenting hard off.
We're all up in this shitter.
We're all up here. So why don't we go ahead and take this away? You know what? We already talked about the Canadians. Let's just get them all out of the way now.
Another Canadian. Well, you know what they say, Miles. They're not our friends. They're not our guys. They're just some buddies.
Hi, I'm Crumb McClure. You may remember me from such popular podcasts as Casual Sex with Crumb. Alright, that's really all I got. Anyway, WizKid, Mr. Most Days Off, congratulations on a full 100 episodes. I mean, you're almost catching up to the actual amount of episodes that The Simpsons do. You're like 1/6 of the way there. You should be like super proud of yourself. I'm kidding. It's an absolutely monumental accomplishment. You guys definitely show your fandom, your true love for The Simpsons. As a Simpsons fan, I am very grateful to have found your show. As a fan of both of yours personally, I'm very grateful to have found you as friends. Cheers to at least 700 more episodes. I salute you.
Thank you so much, Crumb. It's so good to hear from you, and we really appreciate the kind words. And yes, we are only 1/6 of the way there, which is the incredible part of this whole experience. And we're just excited to have more episodes, or at least that's how I feel personally. I couldn't be more thrilled to get to 700 episodes.
Wait, after 2 years, we're only 1/6 of the way through this process? I have to talk to you every week?
Yeah, man.
Oh my gosh. But otherwise, Crumb or JD or 15 other names. We really appreciate you riffing on us, man. And we really appreciate your kind words to follow up with that. We love you, buddy, and it's always fun hearing from some Canadians.
And it's not always fun to hear from Canadians, Richie. I'm particularly disappointed that we have to play this next segment.
The true lights of behind the scenes of Best Darn Diddly are about to be revealed. And I thank you, Sir Ocho, for telling it like it is.
For those who watch the Derailed Wrestling, formerly Wrestle Nerds Wrestling, you know this is my mortal enemy in life. You know what? I fucking do the work on this show. Why the fuck are we even playing this? Whatever. Let's hear from NW Ocho.
Fuck Carl.
Hi, Ocho here from the Drunk Discussions podcast with Sean and Ocho, as well as the Ocho Wrestling podcast, both of which can be found on Stitcher, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Podbean. And I just want to give a quick congratulations to my friends over at the Best Darn Diddly Review Show for reaching 100 episodes. Well, I'd like to send my congratulations over to my friend Richie anyways. That MrMostDaysOff, aka Miles, I'm not so sure about him. You know, he proclaims to be a Simpsons fan, and he's gotten this show to 100 episodes, mostly because Richie's been carrying him on his back. Let's be realistic. Richie's the star of this show. But what's even more disgusting than Miles making Richie the workhorse of the Best Darn Diddly Review Show is I've done some sleuthing. I've done some detective work. You can call me Detective NW Ocho, and I found something very disturbing. I have undeniable proof that MrMostDaysOff is actually a bigger Family Guy fan than he is a Simpsons fan. Hell, he's a bigger American Dad fan than he is a Simpsons fan. Miles's loyalty actually sides with Seth MacFarlane. This is really what I'm trying to tell you. I can't release the evidence just yet. I will do so in due time. If you want to hear the evidence, the undeniable proof that Miles, MrMostDaysOff, is actually a secret agent for Seth MacFarlane, you're gonna have to do me a favor. You're gonna have to help Richie and the Best Darn Diddly Review Show get to 200 episodes, and then all will be revealed. So Richie, Best Darn Diddly Review Show, once again, congratulations on 100 episodes. And once you hit 200 episodes, the truth will be revealed.
Wow. Well, it sounds like the truth is out there. And being the greatest part of BDD and the one who does all the work and then the backbone, as you put it, Ocho, I just want to thank you for hitting the nail on the head. I am the one. I am the only. I spend tireless nights while I'm asleep dreaming about other things, working on this show, and I just want to thank you for pointing that out. How did that make you feel, Miles?
Rich, one of these days I'll definitely start trying to pull my weight. Sorry about that.
I'm glad that you finally can talk about it in this safe space, my friend.
I really want to know what Ocho's thinking or what this supposed evidence is. Apparently he doesn't realize how many hours a week I watch and review The Simpsons or work on reviewing The Simpsons, and I don't even. So
you're saying it's a strain. You're saying it's a strain, and you hate doing it.
I'm saying I literally do not remember the last time I watched Family Guy. Not that I don't like the show. You've even said on the program that we enjoy it. It's mindless, good television for just not having to think about shit. And
a
just
dumb
turn
show
your
for dumb
brain
people,
off.
as the graph goes.
Yeah, I guess technically that is how that graph goes. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I think there's room for that type of humor along with The Simpsons. But I'd be real curious to see what he supposedly has to claim that I like Family Guy more than The Simpsons. I feel like that's fairly absurd at this point.
Well, it is Ocho, so at the risk of attacking somebody who just put me over very well, it's probably some half-assed attempt to jumble something together to make it sound like you kind of said you didn't like The Simpsons, when in all factuality, everyone knows how much you love The Simpsons.
Mr. Black. No, I just want to throw it out there that, I think that I have just as much proof that Ocho doesn't like wrestling and that he smokes more weed than he drinks. I have at least as much evidence on him for that than he has on me for what he's claiming.
How dare you, sir? Do not attack Ocho, my Ocho, like that.
Your number
you can
one
attack
fan?
Carl all day long if you want to. Fuck Carl. However, not Ocho.
NW Ocho is the president of the Richie the WizKid fan club, which we should legit start. Maybe we'll make that a new Patreon reward. Are you willing to like send out autograph 8x10s to like all the teen girls since you're going to be a heartthrob?
As long as it's like not an actual picture of me and it's like a Simpson picture of me, that would be fantastic. I think that is a great idea.
All right, just don't sell out and get a stamp, dude. Just fucking let the hand
totally
cramp.
get a fucking
don't
stamp.
Don't do it. But you know
that
what?
has my stamp of approval.
This show has gotten trashy enough. I think it's time we class this joint up just a bit. Don't you think, Rich?
Yeah, this place could use a little class.
Well, we have some. Well, we don't, but we invited someone who has some to contribute. Thankfully, the lovely and talented Miss Emmy Bead, who you should go and follow right now on Twitter and YouTube. It's EMMIEBEAD. She is an amazing talent, beautiful singer.
You may remember her
and
from such podcasts as the 50th podcast special.
She did. She sang a booze hound named Barney for our 50th show. It stole the show by far. That and Canyonero. Let's put credit where it's due. But Miss Emmy Bead is back again on the Best Darn Diddly Review Show, and we're going to hear from her right now.
Woohoo!
And a 1, and a 2, and a 3, boom, 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 they be on board. How I've adored the sign of my car's window pane, bouncing my step, loaded with pep, 'cause I'm driving in the carpool lane. Call me a square friend, I don't care. That little yellow sign can't be ignored. I'm telling you it's mighty nice. Each trip's a trip to paradise with my baby on board. I'd like to thank you on behalf of the group, and I hope we pass the audition.
My God, does she have a beautiful voice. Thank you so much, Emmy. And once again, I'm going to say that is far too beautiful to be on this Rinky Dink podcast. I'm just so grateful that you were able to be a part of our 100th episode. Thank you so much.
I've never heard such a well-stated Homer voice in my entire existence. But thank you very much, Emmy. That was wonderful.
Man, you know, after a classy performance like that, I wish we could find a classy place to have a drink, Rich. Maybe somewhere where everyone would know our name.
Well, Miles, I don't think we have to try very hard. We've got a classy enough place right here.
You mean right here at Best Darn Diddly?
Right here. You said it, Miles. Best Darn Diddly, where one of the two of us knows all your names.
This I gotta hear. When the weight of the world has got you down and you wanna end your life. Bills to pay, a dead-end job, and problems with a wife. But don't throw in the towel, 'cause our podcast will be your rock. You can listen and laugh your misery away. Best on Diddly. Let's all listen to Diddly. Where Simpsons in your ear will fill your heart with cheer
and happiness. It's just hearing Best on Diddly.
Happiness is hearing Best on Diddly.
Miles! Richie! How's the world treating you boys? You know, I don't think I've heard two better singers in my entire life's existence than those two gentlemen that just sang that song.
Those two gentlemen should be getting paid massive, massive amounts of money for their voices. They talented people they are.
Please send us all your internet money right now.
Patreon.com/bestdarndiddly. I feel a little bit dirty after that plug, to be completely honest, man. I might actually need a drink. I might need a real Flaming Moe's.
Well, you know, Miles, I recently listened to some of our earlier episodes, and it's almost like we were drinking while we were recording this. We weren't, mind you, but it sounds like we are. You know how many mistakes we made 2 years ago?
Those were rough, dude. Season 1, let me just say, big thank you to all of our loyal listeners who actually made it through all of those Season 1, and even, frankly, some of those Season 2 episodes were a little rough around the edges, and while I definitely was not drunk, sometimes I wish I was while I'm listening back to them.
You know, that gives me an idea. Probably the greatest? It's not for you. It's more of a me thing.
Well, you wait here just a minute. Any you idea is good enough for me. You tell me what it is, and I'll get it.
Just play the ad. Are you tired of the same old drinking game?
Aces, another waterfall.
Again, this game is so boring. Can't we try something different?
I know, man, but there really aren't any good drinking games anymore.
Fret not, young drinkers! Or, almost middle-aged drinkers. There's a new hip drinking game you can play anytime and anywhere.
Whoa, tell us more.
The game is the best darn drinking game. Well, how do we play? Just listen to the first episode of the Best Darn Diddly Review Show.
Huh, that podcast sounds awfully familiar.
And make sure you have some kind of alcohol available. It works best with Duff. Okay. While starting with the first episode, take a drink anytime one of the guys says, Also, take a drink anytime you can hear a cut or edit. Also, take a shot anytime one of the guys messes up a Simpsons fact. And finally, anytime you can't hear Richie the WizKid because he's edited too softly, chug your beer.
In the first podcast, someone says Bart's only 8 years old instead of 10. Everyone take a shot.
I'm not Officer Drunk.
You can't handle your things with the ums.
Just please play in the comfort of your own home. This game is too dangerous to be played in public because of all the mistakes MrMostDaysOff and the WizKid made in the first season. So start with episode 1 and see how many episodes it takes you to get drunk. 27. And when you're done, start over and get your friends to listen and play.
Friends! Yay!
So play the Best Darn Drinking Game and listen to new episodes of Best Darn Diddly every Sunday evening.
And, be Crumbopoli and to those other guys. Oh boy, I am going to need to play several rounds of that game before we get into our next segment, Richie.
Well, you know, if I was a certain somebody, I would need another white wine spritzer.
Yeah, I could use a few of those too, quite frankly. It's gonna be tough. I'm not excited about having to be in the same room as this person, but it is time for my debate with President Donald Trump.
Hello, everyone. This is Richie the WizKid, and I'm here with the debate of the century. Yes, that's right. Our very own Miles, a.k.a. MrMostDaysOff, has talked the current president, Donald Trump, into a debate. And you're here live to see just how this debate goes. So if you're ready, gentlemen, I want to get started as soon as possible. Miles, you've spoken adamantly about changes that need to be made here. What is your platform for the upcoming presidency in 2020?
Well, thank you so much, Richie. It's an honor. Really, it's truly an honor to be a part of this process. And
yes, it's very much a great honor to be here. I just want to thank you so much. The WizKid is the most important person on the show, I do believe. Also, Miles, you are also the most important show ever. I mean, podcast? What is it you guys do exactly? I don't quite remember. My notes aren't very well.
Sir, if I could answer the question, I actually would like to talk about what I believe in going forward.
Questions are important, yes.
Right, so if I could just get to the answer of that question now, I really do want to
Answers are also important. This is a great conversation, boys.
Sir, we're not supposed to be conversing. This is a debate.
I told you last time there will be no rebate as me as president, okay? No one will ever get their money back.
Richie, WizKid, you're the moderator here. Is there something you can do? Is this going against my time right now?
When I have trouble talking with my homie, I find a little sugar goes a long way. Would you like a cookie, Mr. President? Oh, thank you very much. This is going to be the greatest cookie ever. Nom, 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 nom. Continue, Miles.
Well, you see, for a long time, I feel like America in general has just been getting caught up in... For lack of a better word, let's just call it bullshit. Let's call it what it is. We deal with a lot of bullshit in this country, and we fail to come together and just use common sense. I mean, we go back to the golden rule of treat others how we want to be treated. Where has that gone in this country? Why can't we just not be assholes to each other? For far too long now, it's been the way of Americans to just kind of accept things for what it is. We all know it's a broken system. We've all complained
Miles,
about
I have
it.
to cut you off. Your time has come up here, but I will say that is very sharp and to the point. Mr. Trump, do you have a rebuttal to what Miles said about the current state of affairs in our country? The cookies are fantastic in this country. And I actually agree with Miles. I think the people in charge are just the worst, okay? The people that run this place, they have no idea what they're doing. If they left me in charge, everything would be so much better.
He's going to make me rich again. Make America great again.
I think that we have too many tax breaks on the American public, so I think increasing taxes would be a very great idea. The taxes are going to be so massive, you won't even believe what's going to happen. I mean, don't you agree with me, Miles? I have so many great ideas on how to make this country great with the new president.
Excuse me, WizKid. Mr. Trump addressed me directly. I do believe that means I get to respond here according to the official rules of this debate.
Well, actually, he is correct, President Trump. Gentlemen, I understand where you're coming from. I really, really do. But if you'll see right here, Mr. Richie, the WizKid, sir, and Mr. Every day I'm off on vacation. Oh, wait, that's my name. But I have these new updated rules right here. This is the way that it just is, gentlemen. I mean, this is the way America works.
Did you write your own rules for this debate?
Your Honor, I prepared these documents on behalf of my client. Mr. Hutz, I didn't know you were a political advisor. I figured I'm just as qualified to do this as I am to practice law. This piece of paper just says, I, Donald Trump, the president, and president spelt with a Z, gets to talk, and Miles, MrMostDaysOff, does not. You didn't even use correct punctuation in this. I know, it's fantastic, isn't it? I mean, anybody could be president, boys, okay? It could be me. It could be MrMostDaysOff. It could literally be anybody. It could even be me.
Richie the WizKid, again, the president addressed me, so I'm going to go ahead and step in here and respond. I mean, the president has pretty much just laid out my whole platform right there. His point is entirely accurate. I saw that he was doing it, and I said, wow, the country has already proven they could pick worse than an average Joe like me. So I'm just going to come up there, and I'm going to go in the White House, and we're just going to stop doing all of this nonsense. That's really what it's going to come down to. We're going to take all this ignorant shit, and we're going to get rid of it. We're going to just reduce all of these things that have been causing this strife for so long. We're going to get the money out of politics.
Mouse. The money is out of the politics, okay? I can very much assure you there is no money left in there because I took it all. Excuse me, Mr. President? What are you saying?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you just admitted to a felony.
So you're saying you stole all the money out of politics? Well, let's be honest, fellas. It was never the politicians' money to begin with, okay? Who do you think funds my campaign? Me. Are you talking about... Wait, that doesn't even make any sense. Well, you could use all your own money. It does make literal sense, Richie, okay? I just want to tell you right now. It makes so much sense. It would be so massive. It would just totally impress you, okay? Miles, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, actually, basically, as long as I don't admit to any felonies right now, I've won this thing, right?
That's pretty much how I see it, yeah.
All right, I'm good. Go ahead. Let him have the floor.
Do you even know what a felony is, okay? I mean, you can't talk with your best friends anymore about your upcoming political campaign? That's illegal? No! You can talk to whoever you want to, okay? I will tell you right now, there could be no worse presidency than everything I've endured at this exact moment. I am the greatest president ever, and I will continue to be the greatest president ever, even if I don't win.
Hey, Richie, since I decided not to use up my time to talk, I just went ahead and called the cops and let them know about the felony situation.
Miles, you're so funny. You think that they're gonna... Oh, what are you doing? Hey, no. Suckers, my hands are too small for those handcuffs. Ow! Ow! Oh, what's going on? What are you guys doing? This is a... Let the freedom ring. This is fake news, everybody. A president will not go to jail. They don't do that in this country, okay? The greatest country in the world. We will make America great again. Hey, Chief, what should we do with the orange Lazarus?
Bake him away, toys.
Can you guys just get him out of here?
Yeah, what the kid said.
Okay, Miles wins, everybody. Miles wins. Mr. President, is there anything you want to say while you're being dragged out of here in handcuffs? Fake news. And I hope they let me listen to your show in jail. Another hellfish cast asunder.
Woohoo!
Worst bit ever.
Oakley dokley.
All right, fresh meat. Since this moderating is now over, please make sure you use the hashtag MrMostDaysOff for president. Vote Miles in 2020, everybody. At this point, it looks like you have no other choice.
I think Kanye might run.
Well, maybe we can get him to debate you as well.
Work it, make it, do it, makes us older, better, faster, stronger.
Oh no.
Quick, cut to another bit. Okay, I think we totally need like a palate cleansing after that. We need something that's going to refresh us and get us back on track, don't you think?
Yeah, and you know how much I love segues, so it makes sense to me that we should hear right after Trump from Trump's #1 fan, Dr. Andrew Briseño, and his colleague that we're going to hear from now.
Welcome to Philosophy Corner with Dr. J. Andrew Briseño and Professor Emeritus Ralph Wiggum. Hello and welcome one and all. So, Professor Wiggum, what have you been pondering lately?
When I grow up, I want to go to Bovine University.
You know, that's a really excellent point. It puts me in mind of Dr. Samuel Johnson, who, as you know, said, "He who makes a beast of himself gets rid of the pain of being a man." After all, what is higher education but a form of conditioning? In the end, the classroom may be as inaccurately named as the killing floor, though they are both grading. The main lesson taught there would seem to be one of conformity, as increasingly individualized education gives way to mass-market edutainment. So truthfully, even if Bovine University is nothing but a slaughterhouse, in the end we will all be collected and exported. So what's the difference? We must imagine the bovine, like Sisyphus, to be happy.
It's still funny, but not ha-ha funny.
Well, there you go, folks.
Well, thank you to Dr. Andrew Briseño for bringing a little bit of edumacation to this podcast. I personally feel like I learned a little something.
We got a few more IQ points in Miles's brain after that one.
For sure. And again, man, thank you so much, Andy. We love having you on the show. The streak is still alive, and Dr. Andrew Briseño will return to discuss with us Round Springfield in I don't know how many weeks, a while down the road, but still in this season, gong, keeping that streak
might
alive.
Be talking about some kind of document he's put together, so to speak.
Oh yeah, good for you to remember. Down and Out, Dr. Andrew Briseño's new book, available now. Hit him up on Twitter at @JAndrewBriseño. You can reserve a personalized copy that he'll actually write out to you. It'll be great, and you'll support him. And it's he's an awesome dude, so do that.
Congrats, Andy.
Congrats, Andy. And thank you so much to Ralph Wiggum for coming on the show. Man, that guy is way deeper than I ever thought.
Man, we pulled out all the stops on this show. So many Springfieldians have been coming on to talk with us.
We've had a lot of luck with this. And you know, having Ralph on the show kind of reminds me of a friend of ours from the Somebodies Network, actually. You might even say he's the Ralph Wiggum of the Somebodies Podcast Network. Let's go ahead and hear from our friend Toby from the Secret Transmission Podcast.
He's special.
Hey guys, it's Toby from the Secret Transmission Podcast. I just wanted to say congratulations on your 100th episode. That is a big deal. I mean, it's, nowhere near what The Simpsons are at right now, but you guys will get there eventually. Hell, you might even catch up in a couple 10 years or so. But all joking aside, you guys are the best darn diddly Simpsons review show out there on the interwebs these days. Hands down. And you've got 100 episodes to prove it now.
Hey, what are you doing over there?
Oh, Satan, I'm doing a little spot for Best Darn Diddly. They hit 100 episodes.
Well, yeah, I knew that, and I've been celebrating. Where are they at? I thought Richie and Miles were coming over to hang out naked.
Well, no, first off, I told you earlier that I was recording a thing to celebrate their 100th episode, and I never said that they were going to hang out, nor did I say anything about anyone being naked.
You say tomato, I say naked. So I'm getting this party started with or without them. I'm getting naked.
No, Satan. Okay, listen. You're practically naked already.
Yeah.
All you ever wear around is this little loincloth thing.
Richie has one too.
Just keep your clothes on. Do you want to say anything to the guys at Best Darn Diddly before I end this? Before it gets too out of hand?
Make sure you always drink lots of water.
That's not at all what I was expecting from the father of all lies. I just don't know what I was expecting, but that's not what I was expecting.
Well, how about this? If Richie and Miles ever want to step up their game and get a grade A producer like myself, all they gotta do is sell me their souls. So, guys, I know you got my email, I know you got my cell phone number. Hit me up when you're ready to make a deal. But I'm gonna keep getting turned up and celebrate for you guys. Satan style.
Satan style? What the... Whatever. Okay, anyways, you guys are awesome. Congratulations on 100. Here's to 100 more.
Seriously, man, Toby, we kid, but we do love you and appreciate you. And Satan, we will be in touch, sir.
Hail Satan.
You've done magical things for the Secret Transmission Podcast, so yeah, we definitely want to get in business there and see what we can do.
I thought he did sexual things for the show.
For BDD.
Well, we do always want to spread the brand.
And again, thank you to Toby from the Somebodies Podcast Network. We're going to hear again from all of those cats here in just a little bit. But first, we have one more listener that we want to hear from real quick at Teach That Ash on Twitter. You know her as the daytime preschool teacher and the late night Twitterer. Unfortunately, though, Miss Ashley had a little bit of recording issues when she wanted to contribute to our show, and we just weren't able to make that happen, so we're going to have to settle for a dramatic recreation of the beautiful words that the lovely Miss Ashley had to say about our show.
There's no getting around the fact that The Simpsons maybe isn't what it used to be. With almost 30 years under its belt, it's impossible to argue that things aren't at least in a slow decline for Springfield. But here's the thing, even if The Simpsons isn't as good as it used to be, it's still worth watching. And there's a long way to go before it isn't. Oh, excuse me. More than anything else, The Simpsons is a victim of its own success. And not just because it is increasingly difficult to think of new things to do with a 30-year-old show. It's not just about The Simpsons being a show that has been on for either all of or the majority of most of our lives. It's about the memories behind it. I remember being a young kid and sneaking and watching it with my dad because my mom thought it was too inappropriate for me. It was the show that reminded me of when I went off to college. The Simpsons, while funny, is sometimes at its best when it tugs at your emotional heartstrings. Lisa's Substitute, Mother Simpsons, and one of my personal favorites, and Maggie Makes Three, just to name a few. But the comedy is what brings you back. A Tale of Two Springfields, Lisa, the Tree Hugger, and Cape Fear are a few pretty great ones. And what's Halloween without the Treehouse of Horror? To make a long story short, The Simpsons may not be what it used to be, but it doesn't mean it isn't great. And listening to Best Darn Diddly is a reminder of just how great The Simpsons is. It's a cultural phenomenon, and I can't imagine a life where it won't be on. Congratulations on your 100th podcast, guys! It's been a pleasure reminiscing along with you. Mwah!
Thank you so much for the kind words, Miss Ashley. If you don't already, follow her online on Twitter at TeachThatAsh.
She has a very lovely voice, too, I might add. I never expected her to sound like that.
Sounds like an angel. Yes, no. No, she is a very funny girl. She's a Simpsons fan. Get on there, follow her crazy adventures, talk to her about The Simpsons. She communicates primarily in Simpsons memes. It's wonderful. And the Somebody's Podcast Network, also all really wonderful people. We really love all those guys and gals over there. Just a bunch of great friends who all have podcasts and all want to support each other. And I've got to tell you, Rich, I'm afraid they've outdone us. And Patty Cakes is a bit of a traitor.
Betrayal!
He, just last week, because timing is weird, we actually did the We Do on the Stonecutters episode. We covered this song with Patty Cakes.
We do it.
Patsy, the angry nerd. And what does he do? He fucking sandbags us,
He does
man.
the do with some other do's.
Dude, when he sang with the Somebody's Network, with all those guys, with Toby, with the Derailers, with Bob from the Nerd or Not podcast, with all these cats, he busted out his A game. He took a second try and he just freaking killed it, like opera singer style.
I know. It's almost like he saved himself for that version and he just kind of phoned it in on our version. I mean, what the hell is up with you, Patty Cakes?
Yeah, it's messed up, man. But hey, let's go ahead and hear right now
Somebody's My Ass
by the Somebody's Podcast Network.
Who controls the British crown? Who keeps the metric system down? We do. We do.
Who leaves Atlantis off the maps?
Who keeps the Martians under wraps?
We do. We do. Who holds back the electric car? Who makes Steve Gutenberg a star? We do. We do.
Who robs Cakefish of their sight?
Who rigs every Oscar night? We do. We do.
I must admit, Miles, their version of We Do was pretty darn fantastic. It might not be the best and the darndest, but it was a lot better than what we did. Diddly-id.
They outdiddlied us, man. They killed it on that one. Their version is superior. I mean, to be fair, Patsy did take 2 tries, so...
So you're saying that there seems to be maybe another chance coming about.
I mean, we're not just going to let them end like that, being on top, right? I mean, we're going to take another swing, of course.
Well, as much as you and I both like being on bottom, I will say we are not laying dogs, so we will not lie.
We are not laying down on this one. In fact, we've got one last original song for you, and we're going to hear it right now.
What podcast knows where Springfield's found? Who best impersonates Krusty the Clown? We do. We do. Who has awesome guests fill the gaps? Who has the wrestlers do Simpsons raps? We do. We do.
Who gets proud to have made it this far? Who has the best listeners by far? We do. We do. Who digs watching Simpsons every night? Who does the Simpsons podcast right? We do. We do. Who keeps us motivated to do this for? Who gives us a reason to keep making more? You do. You do. We're so happy to have 100 down. There's still over 500 more, so please don't frown. Thank you. Thank you. Sincerely, everyone, from the bottom of our hearts, we really do mean it. Thank you so much for being a part of this podcast with us for the first 100 episodes. To every single person who ever has hit that download button, to all of our wonderful guests, to all of our supportive friends, to each and every one of you listening right now, it sincerely means so much to us that you take an hour plus out of your week to listen to us ramble about The Simpsons, and we absolutely love that you have decided to go on this podcast journey with us through the golden age of The Simpsons and beyond.
And if the length of that sentence was any reflection of how much we like to talk, I would also like to say thank you to everybody. I know it's not always easy, but it is always fun.
It's always such a good time. It keeps us going. It makes it a joy to get through each and every week. We love it. We're planning on going all the way through. We're 100 down. Like, I think it was JD who said it earlier. We've got at least 700 to go, because long live The Simpsons. If one day we catch their production schedule, this will become a live review show each and every Sunday.
We'll be there in about 8 years.
We do have a ways to go. I'm going to make a quick attempt, but I know I'm going to forget so many people. But let's thank all of our wonderful guests. We've had so many of the guys from the Somebody's Network. We've had some Simpsons writers like Carolyn Omine, like Mike Reese and Mike Price. We've had Matthew Klickstein, such a good dude and awesome guy to talk to about The Simpsons. He'll be back again in the future. Rich, I know I'm missing a ton of people.
We had Danny Mac on from Heel Kick. That was so much fun.
Oh, dope.
Dr. Andrew Briseño, who's always a blast to talk to, even though he hasn't been on this season yet.
And he will be. That streak will remain alive, and I'm sure he's going to have a little something to say about his support of Donald Trump when he comes on the show next. But seriously, guys, thank you, everyone. This has been an absolute pleasure, and we can't wait for the next 100 and beyond. So, Rich, anything that you want to add before we get out of here?
We've had lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of fun, but now the time has come to go. If these two guys were found dead in their beds, tomorrow we'd be in heaven still doing the show.
And until next time, be cromulent to each other.
Wait.
Hold on.
Hold on, the show's not over yet.
No.
Wait a second.
You got it.
We got one more thing.
Ready? Hail to the best darn diddly, podcasting from the Lone Star State. I don't know what rhymes with diddly, but we think you're pretty great. From your cromulent Simpsons knowledge, Miles and Richie lead the charge. Homer, Bart, Lisa, and Maggie, and we cannot forget Marge, and Moe,
and Bumblebee Man,
and Principal Skinner,
and Jeff Albertson,
and Ralph Wiggums,
and Chief Wiggum,
and Rod and Todd,
and Eleanor Abernathy,
and everybody else.
All the rest, hooray.
Hail to the best darn diddly, from below Mount Avalanche. We will always love best darn diddly, a registered trademark of the Somebody's Podcasting Network. All rights reserved.
Worst cover ever.
You know how we like to do it here. We like to go a little bit dirty sometimes.
I might just need a second to get into character.
Yo.
Okay, yo. Let's do it.
Yeah. Dig that beat.
Yeah, no, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're young, rich, and full of sugar. And I mean cocaine.
Yeah, no doubt.
So what should we do, my dog?
Let's go crazy. Brooklyn style. Yeah.
Oh, shit, son.
Springfield, it's a hell of a town. What? The graveyard's up. What?
And my drug dealer's down. You know, he's out on his ounces and shit. He needs to re-up, man. He needs to re-up.
Damn.
Just like us, we need to re-up. You ready, man? Mr. Tootski Rootski.
Here we go. Yeah, yo, where my dogs at?
Yo, man, the stray dogs go to the animal pound. Springfield.
Brooklyn. Yo, this dude's from Brooklyn.
Shit, man, Brooklyn's that way, homie.
Oh, it's a hell of a town.
Straight up it is, man. Straight up. Representing Brooklyn non-stop.
You're listening to the Derailers out here. Follow them on Twitter at the Derailers.
Peace out to your homies. Flock of pigeons flying away.
Yeah, we white, y'all. Big shout out to MC Nine Toes, who came filling in for that latest rap beat.
DJ Beerbelly.
Did we cross the line?
I think so.
Wow. Okay, so, I mean, we're young, except not really. We're rich, well, not at all. And we're full of sugar. That part might literally be true. What do we do?
Let's go crazy.
Broadway style?
You know it, homie.
Yeah.
Springfield, it's a hell of a town. Yo, the schoolyard's up and the shopping mall's down, dog.
The stray dogs go to the animal pound.
Speaking of Springfield.
Yo, Springfield.
New York.
My dog. New York is that away.
Aw, thanks, homie.
It's a hell of a town.
Izzle?
Word. Be sure to check out the Derailers at the Derailers on Twitter.
Might have just lost listeners after that one.
We sure did. But in case you don't be lost...
Yeah, you can be found by us.
We on iTunes, and Stitcher, and the Podbean.
Keep it real and subscribe to all of those. And leave a comment, or else we come to you and we rap badly in your face, and you won't like that.
No.
You won't like that at all.
No, none of you like that. Word.